Hello everyone and welcome back to more of the Council. So we left last time where we found we had to find the Holy Lance, or the lance belonging to Longinus the Centurion, who apparently stabbed in the side of Jesus Christ according to their fable. Excuse me, fable, I'll say that word a bit more correctly. They're asking us to gather information to find out which one help us pick which one is the true spear. As I'm guessing there's going to be quite a lot to choose from. I don't think all of them are going to be the same one, obviously, otherwise it'd just be way too easy. Now, because we are right near the front door, I did actually want to go and...
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Wait, we can't go outside? I was going to go and see if I can find the Al-Azif, but that's obviously out of the question. So, I left it last time where I was investigating paintings. So, and I also had a look at possible... I actually looked up the word tapered. So...
Fall of the Damned by Rubens. The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered to fall into the depths of the abyss.
Right, okay. No spear there. Okay, we'll ignore that. I found out what tapered meant. Oh my god, that really is just graphic, isn't it? I don't think we need that kind of picture, did we? There's... oh, hang on. Wait, is that... I can't tell if that's a spear or not. Wait, is that a... I really cannot tell what the hell that even is. Is that a spear or something? You know, I might just have a look at it for the... oh, hang on. Oh, golden elixir. God, I find so many golden elixirs, aren't we?
Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall.
Yeah, I'd agree with that one. Okay, so looking... now, I've just realised there's also a couple of other places we can... at least one other place we can go for finding clues as to the whereabouts... oh, honey.
Great. Honey.
As to the whereabouts of... sorry, not whereabouts, to the understanding of what the spear might be. I'll just go through these couple of runes. I'll explain. I had to look up the word tape because I have... you know when you hear a word but you don't know for the life of you what it actually means? I had to look it up. So I will try my best to explain it as basic, as simply as I can from what I've read of it. And I'd like to point out that I actually looked it up on a few different places, and it's basically in reference to a type of, as I understand it, a metalwork or stuff that people like blacksmiths will specialize in. So I'll explain the process as best I can. Just give me a moment.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Okay. Don't need to... okay, don't need to use it, never mind. I'm just going through to see if we can find the extra manuscripts. Because we are still officially missing one. From this one from Senator Richet. So I'd like to find that if I can. Apart from that, we've got two others we can equip. And we're only on chapter 4, so... I'm assuming there is other manuscripts to find. As to where they are, well, your guess is as good as mine at this point. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on, that's... no... God, but we're swimming in golden elixirs. I swear, we are swimming in them at this point. Absolutely incredible. Now, I must confess I would love to have an abundance of honey. I mean, it's all well and good having the effort points, but if you can't replenish them, they're not really much bloody use, are they? That's elixir. Anything else that... Because they are between these seats, surprisingly enough. No, don't think so. Okay, let's... Ignore that. We're going the right way. Yes, we are. Just want to double check. Okay. Now we've gone through... now there's one last place that I wanted to that we could check in terms of the terms of the true identity. Now there's something I also noticed. Excuse me. When I looked up the explanation for tapered, what's the best way to explain this? Okay, I'll try and explain it to you this way. If you were to you know how when you know when they made, for those of you who don't understand, for those of you who do understand history, when in the medieval ages people often used their old-fashioned hand axes, right? Used in battle.
Golden elixir.
Okay, so at least you know where that's there. There were used axes. Now, we're not talking about the ones which, excuse me, fitted on. We're talking about the double-edged. I don't now use that means thick at one end and thin at the other. And you usually have a hollowed out bit in the middle, which then you could put the wood handle through. Now, as best I can explain this, one way of referencing that is tapered is basically to hollow out a section of whether it be, say, the tip of a sphere or something, so that it can actually be generally, so you could insert the handle, or whether it be the handle, the wooden part of the spear, or wooden part of the axe. Where the hell am I going? Oh, yes, I am going this way. Where you could actually, so that you could actually fit that neatly and correctly, but also firmly into the head of the axe, into that space, that gap that you made, or the shaft of the spear or the axe as it's called. That's called tapered. So a tapered spear would essentially be a part of a spear which is hollowed out to such an extent that you could actually put a wooden handle of some sort excuse me, in it. So now I just want to consult something. Now, if that's the case, then as I understand it, a boar spear is not a tapered spear, so that would mean that it's not exactly been hollowed out. It's been, because most spears you can actually connect it. You know when you don't know if you've ever done paper mache, but if you were to actually, like, you hollow out certain bits, right, certain parts, but you can attach it and you can sort of almost like weld it on. No, that's not the correct term, but you get what I'm saying. You can attach it firmly. But to taper is to essentially hollow out. So another way of putting it is, for swords, when you had the sword into its holder, right, to actually get the holder for the sword, to which, what you do to hollow out the inside is called tapering. So you'd have a tapered holder for the sword. So that was really interesting. So that's another way of explaining it. So excuse me. So we're looking for times like this. Now the only other place I can think of where there's information we haven't been, I don't want to risk going to Mortimer's private side just in case we get caught. The only other place I can think of that would have information on the sphere, there it is. The spear, my god, I'm thinking in circles now, that doesn't help. So, oh, the reason why I wanted to go outside is because I wanted to see if I could find the Al-Azif, which was, if you were paying attention last episode, the clue was in Von Volners that it was at the landing stage, which would mean it was at the pier, which at the landing where all the boats are. But because we can't go out there yet, we'll have to go out there later. Anyway, pardon me. Now, the last place I could think of to have a clue on the spear was one of these consulting books.
The Bible must mean the lance which finally took the life of Christ. The 4 Gospels each give an account of the death of Christ. Let's see what they can tell me about the lance.
Let's go through them.
Ah, there. When they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they broke not his legs, but one of the soldiers with a shimmering lance pierced his side, and forthwith there came out blood and water. And he that saw it bore witness, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith true, that ye might believe. A shimmering lance? What is this telling me?
Quite a few things, really. Let's go with occultism. Since it's a free skill, save out the points.
Medieval Hermetic traditions evoke the idea of using noble materials for relics, which the monasteries often made themselves in order to attract pilgrims. Of course, they had to inspire greatness. So here, we might think of gold, whereas a centurion could not have hoped for anything better than copper at the time. The true lance would not have been a luxurious weapon.
Right. Well, I honestly didn't think it was... Well, the John made a bit of sense to me because I've heard about now other references, so I purely guessed that one. So, because copper can actually shine quite bright, as I understand, a bit like iron, so... So we're looking for iron. What the hell is this doing here? So we're looking for something that's copper, that has a fish symbol, is tapered, and is obviously spear shaped. Okay.
Amber crystals.
We've got another one. Very nice. Okay. So now someone earlier in the game, if you can recall, if you've been paying attention, someone mentioned there being 18 spears. So let's see if we can find them all. Okay, what the hell's... Ooh, looks like a good candidate.
I can see that this lance has the characteristic shape of a spear. It is made of iron, and its tip is engraved with a cross.
Oh, right. No. We want the fish. So that's the wrong one. Cross that off the list. Excuse me. It does look tapered, but we'll still examine it anyway.
I can see that this lance has a so-called leaf shape. It is made entirely of iron. I can see that the tip is engraved with the symbol of the sun.
Wrong symbol. We're looking for symbols of the fish, so anything other than that is basically incorrect. I'll do that as a basic starting point anyway. Now normally I'll investigate all these as I go back. I just want to get right to the end and then I'll go backwards. It's just far easier than going up and back and wasting all the time. It really is just so much easier. So if memory serves correct, we've had 3. How far? Oh, we're going to go that far. Okay, so what's this one?
I can see that this spear has a so-called leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. I can see the tip is engraved with the symbol of the Eye of Ra.
Yep, wrong one. Wrong symbol. Okay, so that is 3 as I understand it, if I'm doing my maths correctly. I'm just walking here. Oh, yes, I completely forgot to mention at the start. Excuse me. If you see anything that looks like a little photo symbol, it's just I'm taking a screenshot for the video title. So, because I'm so sick of seeing all these images of Louis. Not that he isn't a decent looking guy, but it does nothing for the series. I could have sworn I just saw glimmerings of something there, but anyway. Right. Anything here? Nope. There's spears down there, that's fine. Anything there? What the hell is... Who does this belong to?
This one has no name. I wonder who it was for.
Okay. I'll probably completely lose track of how many spears I've got, but I think the count is at 3 at the moment. Just being very careful. I'm really keeping an eye out to see... I don't want to miss any spears, that's the thing. I do actually have a general idea of what type of spear I'm looking for, but we need to keep our options open nonetheless, which is very, very important. Okay, so let's go across this side, make sure we don't miss anything at all. Who does this belong to?
This sarcophagus is engraved with the name of Clemens III. Good God! The one whose cross allowed me to enter.
Huh, that's ironic. Let's translate it.
Clemens III. Clément III in French. How come his tomb ended up here and not in the Vatican?
Yes, he's probably had it moved. That would probably make more sense, wouldn't it?
He was basically an anti-pope. His path to the throne was pretty turbulent, and he had to be enthroned several times.
The result of a long conflict between the papacy and the Holy Empire.
Wait a second. That could also be mean that he... Oh wait, what if Mortimer possessed him and had hidden, and that's why he's here? Because he's possessed by Mortimer, that might be right.
This sarcophagus is beautifully made, but ancient. Stone is marked by the passage of time, but it's really well preserved.
Oh, well, at least when I look at it, that's the important thing. No spears hiding? Nope, okay, that's alright. We're being diligent, that's the main, very, very important thing. Now, are any spears hiding on these rails? I've got to look out for that. I don't believe so. Not going to go back there, so I don't need to. Okay, no worries. Just indulge me, I ask you to, while I know I'm going slow, but I really don't want to miss anything. And hell, we might find some royal jelly if we're lucky. That'd be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? Okay, good, nothing there. Let's carefully wander around here. Actually, let's pick up the pace slightly. Since there's nothing obvious. Okay. No spears lying on the ground. Nope. Okay. Anything over here? Double checking. What the hell? Devil's Thorn. Well, I'll be damned. It's not actually what I was wanting, but it's nice to know it's there. Okay, so no spears there, that's okay. There's nothing sitting on any rails. Okay, no worries. And so I'll wander over here. Okay. Nothing sitting on the rail there, that's okay. I'll get to that tombstone in a minute, don't worry. Oh, here's one. Well, looks gold.
Well, here we can see this lance has a leaf shape, is gold rimmed, and a fish is engraved on the tip.
Right. See, we know from two sources that it's copper, and also from Von Volner, who has no reason to lie, frankly, that because he's just as eager, so it's copper. So that's incorrect. But at least we found another one, so we can cross that one off the list immediately. Oh, there's... oh my god, there's a whole nother... oh, Jesus, okay. Let me guess. Don't tell me this one's Mortimer's. It looks very proud. You know, I don't know. Just get that gut feeling. Let's have a look.
Flavius Aetius.
Oh, okay. Quite badly wrong about that then. Let's go political. 3 point anyway.
Flavius Aetius, the one they call the last of the Romans. He was assassinated by his own emperor, who was jealous of all his victories. But how did he end up here?
I think, like with the Pope, he was possessed by one of those. By Mortimer. Ooh, another spear. Ooh, okay. This is a possibility.
This lance has got a blade in the shape of a spear. Its blade is an iron or steel, I think. I can make out a rising sun engraved on the tip.
So, if you saw there how it looked like how the spear was hollowed out in the middle, so it could be slotted in over or either way, one could be slotted in on top of the other. Either way, that's, as I understand the definition of tapered. So that's a tapered spear. Just to give you a bit of an idea, as that's my understanding for what I've researched. And anyway, that's a rising sun, so it's the wrong one anyway. So quickly head off this way, so that... ooh, honey, honey, honey! Yes, please. That's perfect. Now we're full complement.
We can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable.
Okay, that's out. That's another tapered spear, but it's gold, so that's out of the picture. Okay, let's have a careful look. Any spears just lying around? Ooh, who does this belong to? Another big grave?
The sarcophagus has been ravaged by time. It's sort of ageless, I guess. It's entirely sculpted.
Let's go the free one because it said deciphering inscriptions.
These symbols, these grooves, cuneiform script. This is humanity's oldest alphabet, the language of Babel. Sadly, no one today even knows how to decipher it. There's also some text engraved beneath in ancient Greek. Sargon.
Sargon, okay. I bet you Mortimer knows what that means. It would make sense. Okay, so any spears across here? Can't. Oh, we can. But there's no spear here, so that's actually okay. That takes care of one problem, doesn't it? Okay. Oh. No spear on the corner. Let's just double check. Nope, it's okay. Okay, everyone, just bear with me a second. I'm just going to take a So I just took a screenshot there, or at least attempted to anyway. Hope it all works out. Oh, there's a spear there. But before I do that, I'm going to have a little quick wander around. Can we walk around? No, we can't. Come on. Gold, I think.
We can see that this lance has a leaf shape, and, well, it's in gold. I can see that a crucifix is engraved on the tip, just barely visible.
That's wrong. On both counts, frankly. No spears just lying around? Okay, never mind. We can't even examine that. Okay, right. Well, that solves that one then, doesn't it? Alright, any spears lying around? I'll come back. I'll do them all. I'll just come back and do them all in one go. Whoa, was that honey? Yes, it was. Perfect. Okay. Can we go around the air? Ooh, we can. Ah, another spear.
What about this lance? It's got a spear shape. And the blade is partly made of copper. A barely visible crucifix is engraved on the blade.
Okay, so it's not this one because it's got the crucifix. We're looking for a fish symbol. Right, so that one's out. But at least we checked it. That's the important thing. No more spears just lying around. We've all been some very weird places up till now. Who does this belong to?
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer.
Mortimer! Well. Cataphil. Cataphile. Erudition. Very nice. Not. Ooh, 1 point away. Cool. Excellent. Alright, so... Nearly searched the whole place. Anyway.
It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. Let's see what we can find here.
It's just inspected detail.
It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription.
Okay, never mind. We'll leave that then. We'll leave it. Not the most important thing anyway. Right, are there any spears hidden on these ledges? There might be. You never know. Nope, okay, there's none there. Any hiding on the floor? No, nothing immediate. Anything around here? I have completely lost count of how many spears. I think we've gone over... Have we gone 10? I don't even know. Doesn't look right, but we'll examine it anyway.
I can see that this lance has a so-called leaf shape. It is clearly made of iron, and I can make out a sun engraved on the tip.
Okay. We're looking for copper, we're looking for a fish, so that's wrong on both counts. Well, because it's most likely copper, so... and not iron, so... just being a little bit diligent. What's this one?
This lance has a leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip.
It's still not tapered. Looking for a tapered spear. So just look, this one, that looks like an altar, so I want to check this one first.
I can see that this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol of the Eye of Ra engraved on the tip.
Eye of Ra, the wrong one, so I don't know if you were, if it showed up, I just took another screenshot to give myself a bit of a choice. So what's this one, the altar? It doesn't mean I'm going to choose it. If it is the right one, I'm going to look at them all first and make up my mind then. Interesting. Looks right.
I can see this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
That does meet our criteria. Like I said though, I'm going to double check. There might be another one that fits the same category. Even though it might seem unlikely, but we need to double check. We need to cover all the bases just to make absolutely certain.
Let's take a look at this lance here. It has a very special leaf shape. It is copper rimmed, and I can see a fish symbol engraved on the tip.
Okay, it's not a tapered spear though. Okay, now unless there's any more lying around. Okay, now, excuse me. In case you're wondering why I'm looking at tapered and not Piaggi, who went for boar spear, if you recall correctly, there was blood coming out of Piaggi's nose, and that leads me to believe he was being controlled or possessed when we talked to him. So it means it's quite likely that he was giving us a false information. Whereas in notes that were written by Piaggi in his office were saying tapered, and it wasn't coming out of his mouth, which could have been corrupted. Paper's not easy, you can't just, unless you blot it out, you can't actually fake that sort of stuff. So, with that in mind, a fish symbol, a tapered spear, and made of copper. Excuse me. Wait, did we see this first? Okay, that's not tapered. Okay. I just want to double check this one. That this is the one that... It looks so obvious, but like within this game so far, there's been things which are surprisingly obvious. Let's double check.
I can see this lance has a spear shape,
Okay.
it's copper rimmed,
Copper?
and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
Okay.
I can see this lance has
Double check, sir.
a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
Now, I believe that this one has... Yes, that is blood on it. Okay. We're gonna take this spear. It fits the criteria. It's an altar, so I'm pretty sure this is the... I know that sounds very obvious, but sometimes the most obvious things are the correct things.
I must be sure of my choice. I cannot get it wrong. Am I absolutely sure this is the one to take?
Yes. It fits the criteria that I've set, so I'm going to choose it. Infiltrator. So which one's that? Infiltrator in conviction. Oh, hang on. In occultism and conviction. Okay. Oh, level 2. Fantastic. Excuse me. Beautiful. I'm very glad we got level 2 in that. Don't care so much etiquette. Because if we get 4 points in the next one, I'll go ahead and upgrade agility, manipulation, erudition and nearly fill up diversion. We haven't really needed etiquette so far, so level 2, yep, I figured that much out. Alright, now something tells me we're not just going to be able to get down to the wharf that easily, no matter which way we do this. So, just get through here first, and I'm just going to check the time. Because I always have to be mindful, because for those who are just joining and don't know, I'm recording off my console, so I can only record and no longer than an hour. Okay. Got a bit of time. So I've got just under half an hour left. At least according to what time I set. Now, I get a really distinct... Now, I just get the weird gut feeling that it's not going to be very simple. You know, you can't just walk there. Oh, okay. Oh, that ended that. Okay. We didn't find all the clues. Really? Although it looks like we found all the spears though, so at least that's one good thing. We didn't find all the clues. To be perfectly honest though, I don't know where else we could have looked, unless we were supposed to go into Mortimer's secret study. Apart from that, I honestly don't know where else we could have gone for information. Unless we were supposed to talk to George Washington, but I seriously doubt he would have known, even if he is a member of the Golden Order. His specialty is, and don't forget, George Washington, before he became a politician, he was military. So, excuse me. To me, that doesn't ring ancient spearheads. But anyway, so, success. We chose the lands of Longinus. Excuse me. Convince Piaggi to help us. Good. Succeed in extracting all information from Von Volna. Beautiful. Explored the crypt of Mortimers. Okay. Explored the crypt of the Mortimers. You know what? I reckon that's because of all the Mortimers. Didn't say Mortimers, so I reckon that the Roman and that Pope were people who were possessed by Mortimer. I think that's what's happened. Anyway, found all the copies of the Lance of Longinus kept by Mortimer. Good. I'm glad I went over there with a fine tooth comb. Excellent. And learned that Sahome gave a mission to Von Volna. Yeah, to get the Al-Aziz. So we need to find that at some point. That's alright. 4. Excuse me. Right. Agility. Manipulation. And erudition. And go one more on diversion. Correct. So, I like to be well-rounded, quite honestly. I mean, nothing's level 3, but that's okay, because it severely reduces the amount of points that we need, so that's alright. If we can get one more in diversion, let me just have a look at something. Diversion. Actually, if we get one more point in... Excuse me, if we get one more confrontation... excuse me, then we will get 2 points in etiquette, which would nearly pull that at level 2. Okay, what about diversion? Blah, 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 blah. I'm just trying to find where diversion. God damn it. So... What about diversion? Sciences... Questioning... Spy... Emily Hillsborough's Okay. Excuse me. So if we encounter Emily in some sort of confrontational discussion, I'm going to use Devil's Thorn and see if we can find out all her abilities. If we can, then we would officially unlock level 2 in Diversion. Be a bit of a sneaky way of doing it, but it would work. What about Etiquette? Out of curiosity. If that's even possible. Use no consumable during a quest. Oh, that doesn't look like that's going to happen, frankly. Leap of faith.
I'm already pressed for time as it is. Mother's waiting for me on the wharf.
Okay, 3 manuscripts. Oh, that's a bit of a shame we can't equip that. We can equip psychology and questioning, which is not that much of an improvement, but it's better than nothing. Now, I don't know if that 1 manuscript carries over if we get 4. I really have no idea, although frankly we haven't found any more books, so it wouldn't be useful anyway. But it's still good to get the 1. Still get good. Blah, can't speak. It's still good to get the extra 1. Oh god, I can't speak at the moment. That's fantastic, isn't it? Anyway, let's complete that. Double check my Tina Livian. Okay, let's have a look. Actually, excuse me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to end this part here. It's been about 40-45 minutes. That's not bad. I don't see it being just a straight run to the wharf. Either Mortimer's going to get in our way, or I reckon some guest is going to get in our way, and I'd rather start being a fresh new part, so we've got all the time. Well, we've got plenty of time, so end this part here, and next time we will try and get to the wharf as quickly as we can. So I'll see you next time.